Deep fly ball, a drive to center field. That'll get over the head of Robinson and all the way to the fence.
Lorbeck drives the lane, puts it up, right-hand lane, gets in the fall. He'll go to line for one more.
Very nice take by Zach Lorbeck.
Trying to go around Engel. He stones him far side.
Point blank on Engel again, and he stops him.
Shotgun snap, Engel looking left, now looking right. Throw far side, throws a fade up for grabs. Hunter Beechler, far side pile on. He comes down with it. Touchdown, Bayport Pirates.
Line and ball into left field, and that'll go all the way to the fence. Coming in to score will be Hilbert.
Feed it in. Matty Ray, a right-hand lay in and down.
Great steal by Ray. Jerks with a nice lob over the top.
Four skates to the near side circle, looking for some time. One timer to Martin Suna. Knock off the water bottle. It's a one-timer and a goal, and the Pirates, they extend their lead.
He takes a swing at it. He'll send that one deep to right, and looks like that one's going to be a walk-off grand slam for Joe Byer.
Swinging a fly ball to center field.
It's over!
And that's it!
The Pirates win it!
Good evening and welcome out to Bayport High School. We get set for the conference opener in the Fox River Classic Conference, as it is the Green Bay Southwest Trojans and the Bayport Pirates. Welcome to the volleyball court as we get set for the fall campaign of 2021. Chris Learman, Brian Nickel with you here as we get set for a more normal season, Brian.
Seems like we just got done with volleyball.
Yeah, we're supposed to be back in the fall.
Right. Well, good to be here. Thanks so much for the invitation to join you again. Season 8 of The Voice of Bayport. Really appreciate all you're doing for these kids and the school and the families. It's great to be on the broadcast.
Volleyball back in the spring, as we alluded to this past season. Obviously, no fall sports, everything pushed back, so real funky. On top of that, you have was first-year head coach trying to handle that dynamic of COVID, masking, distancing. Everything's completely different, and you're trying to take over a program a little more normal, as it is head coach Chris Polkashew now in what would be her second season at the helm of Bayport.
What's appreciated about Coach Polkashew and all the coaches and advisors that are trying to create these opportunities for the kids is just that they're persevering. They're doing everything they can to try to create these experiences, try to fight through some challenges and some limitations, but really glad that we're here and what feels like the normal start to a normal school year and a normal fall season for Bayport Volleyball.
Today's Bayport Volleyball broadcast proudly supported by Zesty's Frozen Custard Grill, the finest frozen custard in town. The Press Times, your local paper and online source for Pirate Athletics. By Bell & Health, Titletown, Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. By Town Line Pub and Grill. Synergy Sports Performance. By Enduzi Sports Club. By Vandervest Harley-Davidson. Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Specialists of Green Bay. And by members of the NEW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club. Chris and Brian set to bring you volleyball here in the conference opener. We have a student section, which was something that didn't happen a year ago. We have fans from both squads. And as we weather the storm that is life around us right now, at least something to make us feel like we're back to it. We don't have we have knowledge now on our volleyball broadcasts as well.
Well, that's kind of you to say. It's been a pleasure building that knowledge with you over the years and watching the Bayport program grow and succeed. Just like in every other aspect of our life, things are a little bit different no matter what we do. And, we're down a little bit lower. They don't have the bleachers on our side pulled all the way out behind the benches. Student section's now in the end zone, which I really kind of like. I think that's a great spot for a student section, just like you see in the college game, right behind the servers, whether it's your team or the other team. It looks like neon/construction is the theme. Great turnout by their fellow athletes, fellow classmates. It's going to make for a great environment here at Bayport.
So as we continue with the video stream throughout the evening, we will listen in for the national anthem here from Bayport as we get set for Fox River Classic Conference volleyball. Welcome in. It's volleyball time from Bayport High School, and tonight's starting lineups presented by Zesty's Frozen Custard Grill. Zesty's served up a full food and frozen custard menu across from Bayport High School. And we bring you today's starting lineups with today's flavor of the day, butter, pecan, or is it pecan? Pecan?
Pecan in my house, but I'm not going to argue with you if you like pecan. Tastes great regardless.
Zesty's Frozen Custard Grill, the finest frozen custard in town. And Brian, first the starting lineups for the visiting Green Bay Southwest Trojans.
Yeah, for both teams, junior heavy lineups for the Trojans. On the outside, junior Rachel Peed is joined by junior Marissa Van Dyke, also hitting on the outside for the Trojans. One of two freshmen in the starting lineup, Morgan Stewart. Senior outside hitter Rachel Curran. And then in the middle for the Southwest Trojans, junior Olivia Daney. In the libero jersey for Southwest, Alyssa Bazaitis, and the setter for the Trojans, a freshman, Chris, Alexa Hernandez. Excited to see a freshman stepping in to the quarterback role here on the volleyball court for Southwest. Looking forward to seeing Alexa play. Head coach for the Southwest Trojans, Andrew Heimerman. They're off to a 6-2 start. Looking good for Southwest in the early on in the non-conference tournament weekend matches. And last time these two teams played, Bayport won at Southwest last season, 3-1. For the home Bayport Pirates, two seniors in the starting lineup. Middle blocker Callie Dickey is joined by libero Taylor Larson. Outside hitters for Bayport, junior Izzy Grace and junior Josie Hoffman. Also in the middle for Bayport is junior Allie Knutson. And the Pirates will run a 6-2 offense. That means two setters. Whoever's in the back row will be the setter, and they'll have three attackers at all times in the front. And running that 6-2 for Bayport will be a pair of juniors, Kyla Hendricks and Ella Engels. Not often we see a 6-2. Southwest has run a 6-2 offense in the past. We've seen that from the Trojans before. And this year, Coach Polka Shu and the Pirates will bring out a 6-2 for Bayport. Again, head coach Chris Polkashu in her second season. Bayport off to a 3-5 start in non-conference. Assistant coach for the Pirates, Todd Verhaag. And Bayport in the long-sleeve white home jerseys with the navy blue and Columbia blue trim. For Southwest, royal blue short-sleeve tops with the white trim and numbers. Sharp-looking unis on both sides. Nice, easy to see. You know, at our age, Chris.
You're right.
Those numbers being easy to see is half the battle.
Selfish over here.
Yeah.
We have to be. We have to see, right?
Well, as you get older, things change. You know that as a new father, right? We haven't been able to talk since.
No, it's been a while.
Young Miss P is in your life. Fatherhood is a whole nother ballgame. Maybe a future volleyball player.
Perhaps.
In the Lehman household, yeah.
We welcome you in on the video stream that we got underway this past winter. So feel free to tweet the booth at Voice of BP. We always have the audio. We have a little video to go with it from the huddle camera here inside the field house at Bayport High School. Tom Hubin with us, Karen Reese, Joanna Longo, Karen Harper-Leisner. Let us know where you're listening from. We'd love to hear from you as the evening moves along. Service will start. Now, Brian, just for your reference, we're opposite the camera, so the camera is away from us. So that means that the serve is coming from right to left for our viewers as a float serve to get things underway.
I'm sure we'll make many mistakes, but we'll correct them as we go, Chris.
Swing to the near side corner, and it will miss the near sideline. And the Pirates will take the opening point.
Curran on the swing, went for the line. Really no blocker there, but missed wide. And Hendricks to start the serve. She'll set from the back row with Engels up front.
Bayport juniors serve heavier to the back line, and a free ball going to come over from left to right. Dug out by Larson. Pass to Hendricks. Jump set to left side. Going to Izzy Grace on the overpass. She'll tap it down with two hands. Swung on the first one. And Brian, throughout this year of broadcast, Izzy Grace is what our new outside hitter is going to have to be riding the arm of and said many times.
Yeah, by many accounts, Grace had a great summer season on the club circuit and has really developed into Bayport's #1 hitter this year.
Serve handling a little out of whack to get things going here in the conference play. Hendricks quits that to Callie Dickey. Run down the middle. That's a strong serve through the back line, and a free ball played back over to the right side. Larson up to Hendricks, set behind her head. Lefty swing from the right side for Bayport off of Ella Ingalls. Controlled by Southwest, a roll shot to the 10-foot line, and a kill goes down for the Trojans, and they're on the board for the first time.
Nice point going Southwest way, but what you like to see from the Bayport offense early is a middle attack followed by a back set to the right side. That means that Kyla's getting really good passes up to the setter, and she's able to involve different hitters early going.
Serve from Alexa Hernandez, the talented freshman. Grace, a little tip shot, front corner, over the double, and it falls down to the hardwood. And an effective kill for Izzy, her second.
One good tip kill deserves another. Izzy with a kill and a block in the early going.
Pirates a 3-1 lead early going. Kristen Bryan from Bayport High School on a Thursday evening. And Grace, a strong, heavy serve. Trojans going to play a down ball, left side of the offense. Played for Morgan Stewart. Left side, a little push to the back line. Two hands by Josie Hoffman. Southwest, attack on the left side as you watch on with us. Grace up to Hendricks. Back row and a down ball played by Larson, aiming for the back line and catching the back line. Taylor Larson. Maybe not what exactly Bayport wanted to go to on offense, but the libero playing the down ball from the back line is effective.
Statistically, you know what it's called when a libero gets a kill? It's called a kill.
Oh.
Point scores just
Right.
like anyone
it's a line
else.
drive in the scorebook, right?
Exactly. Coaches will take that every time. Down official speaking with the Bayport team, and it looks like the point is going to go to Southwest. So, gosh, after all that hype, we scratched the libero kill off the board. I'm missing the call. He's coming over to the scorers table to explain what happened. I'm guessing there was a rotation error, or maybe he called the libero. She attacked it down ball, but maybe she was ahead of the 3-meter line. We'll never know. No instant replay on the huddle camera, Chris?
We do not have that feature.
You were almost going to try to explain how it might just work. Good exit.
We really dug into that.
Good exit. No, we don't have that here.
I thought that's what the principal's here for.
Yeah. And now the scorers table signaling the down official to clarify where we are perhaps in the rotation. It's the early going season for the support staff as well. Always rather have good communication than no communication. So back at it.
Service from the left side will be coming from Marissa Van Dyke. Junior outside hitter, right side hitter, and she'll send a float serve to the right side, controlled by Larson, pass to Grace. Left side, a free ball comes over from Ella Ingalls. Alexander from a platform. From the 10-foot line, played over by Southwest, and a kill as a solo block attempt by the Pirates in the middle, but no help around. And Southwest knots things up at 3.
Sometimes blocking on those down balls is a tough proposition. You don't really have your back row players covering you when you go up like that, and Knutson got caught there.
Hendricks jump set to Knutson, left hand, jumping off balance, and it's effective nonetheless.
Comes right back to her, Allie Knutson with the kill. First of the night for junior middle blocker.
A lot of multi-sport athletes on this volleyball team you like to see. Mentioned Knutson, Hendricks, Larson. Handful of them. Big heavy serve from Izzy Grace, controlled back line. Alexander, freshman, nice set there. Played over by Southwest. Push over by the fist of Hoffman. Hoffman up to Hendricks, inside the 10-foot line. Back to Josie. She'll go with a high arcer down the line and just narrowly misses the left sideline. That the corner flag official will call out.
Couple of questionable ball handling episodes there in that point, but the referees are letting them play, and that's what I like, especially at the high school level. If you call a tight game, as long as you're calling it consistently, but we're seeing them let them play with the setters so far, early going, Chris.
Yeah, we've seen in our years of 5 years of volleyball coverage, Brian, we have seen some tightly called matches that, at this level, ball hit long from Southwest, point Bayport, that sometimes it just ruins the flow of a high school game.
And you've seen the college game and the officiating there adjust to the speed, right, of specialist players like the libero. And I think when you give the setters a little bit more room to maneuver, just speeds up the game, makes for better offense. More exciting. A Southwest attack from the right side, cross court goes wide. Bayport up 6-4.
Another ninth grader, though, that Southwest has in their arsenal that they are excited for. And Morgan Stewart with that kill attempt. A little tip to the front line.
Nice
by
one-hander.
Hoffman. She saves it. Larson, a down ball to the back line. Although she hits it well deep.
Great rescue there by Josie Hoffman on the outside. One-handed dig. Kept the Pirates in play to no avail. Southwest gets the point.
6-5 opening set of action from Bayport. Pirates with the lead. Trojans with the serve in the royal blue. And a big, heavy downward move on the serve. Knutsen's going to try to play a down ball off her fingertips. Bit of a mishit. Run down the middle by Southwest, trying to push to the corner with Margie Stevens.
And that time it won't show up in the scorebook, but Hoffman was up and ready to play that ball, let it go wisely, sailed out of bounds wide. So good court awareness by Josie early going.
Substitutions for the Trojans. Pirates a 2-point advantage here in the first. Again, feel free to let us know where you might be listening from. Love to hear from you. Float serve from Larson, back line controlled by the Trojans. Alexander to the left side, gets it to Annika Hernandez, and the connection will go down for a Trojan point.
Bit of a knuckleballer there, didn't get all of that swing into it, and the net effect was it landed in the middle of the campfire of the Bayport defense. So sometimes a little luck goes a long way. Some side-out ball back and forth here. Neither team really able to mount much of a rally.
Junior Rachel Peet, third year on the varsity roster. She'll wind up a service and will go long. Serve Josie Hoffman. She'll pick up the libero from Southwest, set behind the head. A swing from Margie Stevens. Blocked at the net by the Pirates, but they can't push across the block.
Good speed of the offense there by Southwest. Margie in quickly on that right side attack from her middle position.
Jump serve from Stevens. Digs out Hoffman from a platform. It'll be Kyla Hendricks in the back row. She'll send it over. Played left side by Southwest. Grace up to the Pirates with Engels, and there is your advantage of having the two setters in there. Engels doing a nice job to cover, and Hendricks, as athletic as she is, able to hit a little bit.
Yeah, great basketball player, world champion caliber, national champion caliber wakeboarder.
Yes. Talk about athleticism.
Might be the best athlete in the gym. That includes all the football players behind her.
From straightaway, she'll float into the back line, controlled by Pede. Big swing on the hit. Quick hitter down the middle by Daney. And the junior middle blocker will get a kill and bring the Trojans within one.
Again, side-out ball back and forth. Either team able to capitalize on their serves and generating some consistent offense early on here.
Greg Schlusner watching along with us. The Garcias say, let's go Pirates. Southwest down by one. They've tied it up. They have not led here in the first set. Kelly Dickey left hand through the double and down.
Nice shoot set there. Dickey right on the spot. Pushed it through. Bayport, not a team that's used the middle a lot in previous iterations of the offense, but we're seeing them go to Kelly a little bit early on here.
Freshman to freshman. Dickey covers back line. Set high on the left. Izzy Grace. Big swing, but misses the back corner. Point to the Trojans. Yeah, we've seen when they have worked that wrinkle in years past, the teams that have gotten us to a sectional, they've looked really good at those moments, but not something that is seen with regularity.
Yeah, offensively, you got to have that third option. It can't just be all high outside on the pin. These teams are good enough at the high school level to just set up and block those shots. Well, there's another attack from the middle. This time, Southwest read it. And Knutsen gets blocked back. Tied up at 10.
Daney with a block in the middle. 10 apiece. Opening set of action. Best set of 5 sets. So that means first team to win 3 of them. It's a race to 25 in each set. You have to win the set by 2 as Knutsen off the block and down. Bayport regains the lead. Again, has not trailed here in the first, but it's been tight throughout the first.
Nice adjustment by Knutsen. She got her body behind the ball that time. Was able to get it off the block for the point.
11-10 Pirates. Izzy Grace. Straightaway back line down the lane of the basketball floor, and she'll float into the back corner. Controlled back line by Van Dyke. Played left side. Off a block and down Rachel Pede. You see hands there, just hit it off the outside one way or the other, and Rachel does just that.
Nice read by Rachel, the junior. Bayport block was there, but the hitter just read it.
11-11. Jump serve from Daney.
Perfect pass.
Swing by Knutson, tipped at the net. Controlled by the Trojans. Down ball played, block at the net by Bayport, but again, the block is getting up, but they can't push it, and here is GBSW, their first lead.
Yep, definitely an item for improvement for the Pirates, getting that block across the net on that opponent's side.
Again, the serve from Daney. Floater, that will pick out Hoffman. Left side, Engels. An element that Bayport, well, I don't know if I could pick out on two fingers. Bayport with a lefty.
Yeah, lefty playing on the right side is a nice advantage. Also a great advantage for the setter if she's in the front row, right? So Ella's not going to set from the front row. She'll only set from the back. But when you're that front row setter with a lefty, boy, you can sneak over those tips and dumps and attacks.
And just an added element playing the angles in the game of volleyball. Down ball played by Hoffman to the back line, controlled by Southwest. Popped high into the air, set right side. Stewart, the freshman, big swing, but Grace keeps it off the floor. Hendricks right side down the line and can't keep it in the perimeter of the playing surface. Trojans 13-12.
Nice back set to Kyla. Kyla unable to get a piece of the hands there, the Trojans block, and Southwest trying to pull away here. 1 point lead has been their biggest.
Stewart aims for the corner, and she will connect on the corner.
We'll pause there as the down official looked for his linesman. No argument from the Bayport bench, so we're going to say that was probably good. From our vantage point, the bench blocks that sideline, so
the officials are closer to the floor than we are.
We say that often, you know.
And now a little bit of a mini run, Brian. 3.
Well, the offense hasn't been able to get in gear for either team, so the service game for Southwest is the difference here with a 3-point lead. Back-to-back aces.
You have 2 timeouts each set for volleyball. Maybe a time that the Pirates may need one. They've surrendered.
A little substitution timeout there. Kayla Torp, senior, into the back row service rotation, and she takes the serve.
First one right at her. Down ball played by Hoffman off the heel of her hand. Quick set down the middle, tip covered by Larson. Pass up to Engel, left side, Hoffman off the top of the net, and it's going to be out. Sometimes you get a friendly bounce, sometimes not. Trojans 16-12.
She's able to keep that above the net. That's probably a cross-court kill, but the net kept the ball in play there and bounced it out of bounds for Bayport.
Down the middle, Knutson has to track the ball over her shoulder. Now we get a timeout.
That's a tough read for the middle when that ball is coming free over your shoulder to try to swing it and get back into play. And a nice run from Southwest. 5 points in a row here to go from a 12-12 tie to a 17-12 lead.
Trojans lead in the opening set. Here in the conference opener, great to have you along. Chris Learman, Brian Nickel from Bayport High School. Back in the swing of things a little bit.
Yeah, great to see a student section. Boy, 50 strong at least for Bayport, as well as the freshman and JV teams packing behind the Bayport bench. They're respectful and quiet at this point with Bayport on their side. We'll be curious as we switch sides and Southwest is serving if they get a little appropriately rambunctious and rowdy. That's what you want out of a student section, right? Have a good time, make some noise.
Time of your life.
Tell you what, if I could remember that far back, I'm sure high school's a good time. It's been a while.
Life on the west side of the state.
Yeah, you know. The old South Central Conference.
5 straight for Southwest. They lead it by 5. Service from the freshman again. Morgan Stewart out of the timeout. Engels left side to Hendricks. More of a hitting roll right now. Picks up the libero. Dug up by Southwest. Left side with Rachel Peed, and it's a 6-point advantage.
Tell you what, we haven't said it yet. We were curious about Alexa Hernandez. Great hands, gets into the offense quickly, and she is not missing her hitters, right? She is getting the ball in a position where hitters can do something with it, and that is a night and day difference from the Southwest teams we've seen in the past. Hernandez getting the job done for the Trojans.
Hoffman right side misses long, a hitting error, and it's been Trojans ever since taking their first lead at 12-11.
Yeah, runaway train at that point.
Bayport tied it at 12s, and then it's been Trojans 7 consecutive. Engels high on the left to Hendricks.
You definitely get the sense in this rotation, Kyla's going to be their number one option. So getting a good pass up to give Ella Engels an opportunity to get it to Kyla. As Izzy Grace subs back in for Kayla Torp. Again, this is a substitution that acts like a timeout, just trying to break some momentum. Izzy Grace is your all-rotation player, and Coach Polkashu just pulled her out to try to break some momentum earlier, put her back in for the same purpose.
Hendricks, a little push to the back line, covered up by the libero Bazitis. Dive to keep it off the floor by Bayport's libero Larson. Pede blocked at the net. Nice cover by Margie Stewart. Play at the net, and then Margie is ready for it. The overpass and down 21-12.
Yeah, the aggressors being rewarded, and right now that is Green Bay Southwest, up 9 and rolling.
Again, Stewart. Back line. Push over by Knutson, covered up nicely. It'll be Alexander trying to go over for the first time today on 2, and then Bayport with the point.
Lack of communication there on the Bayport side. Hernandez tried to go over on 2, hit the net. One of her hitters covered, sent it over, and Bayport watched the ball land.
Yep.
Tough break for the Pirates.
The miss hit, you always assume, oh, shoot, she didn't get it over. Them they're hitting 4. But because it was on 2, a beautiful cover by Margie Stevens. Bayport's going to get called within the net, and all of a sudden, 23-12.
Yep, Pirates rattled here with a huge run. 11 straight by Southwest. Got to break the serve and get it back.
Hendricks on the left side. This one's going to go off the block, and finally, and 11 consecutive.
Yeah, big swing there by Kyla. A little frustration behind that ball, I think, and she turns around and says to her teammates, let's go. Down 10. A lot of real estate to make up, but Pirates have the ball back and a chance to rally.
Taylor Larson from the right side of your screen as you watch on. The only Bayport player in Navy. She's the libero. She'll float one back line. Left side attack by Hernandez, the elder Hernandez, Annika, and it goes out.
Yeah, Larson serving right now just needs to keep the ball in play. Give your offense a chance to score points.
She does just that on her serve. Back slide, a bit of a miss hit.
Great dig by Larson, one-hander.
Bayport still has to try to keep it out, and they cannot.
Yeah, Larson did a great job with a one-handed stab to keep the ball in play, but not enough as Southwest 10 set points here. 24-14.
Chances with Pede. Quick set, Kelly Dickey, run, tipped at the net, covered up by Bayport's Hoffman. Back row attack, a roll shot by Izzy Grace. Good swat at it by Southwest, but they can't keep it off the floor.
Nice job by Izzy. This is the best defense I've seen from a Southwest team in recent memory. They've got some team speed, and they're doing a really good job not giving up on points. And that's how you get a run like that 9-0, 11-0 run they had earlier to break this one open.
In the net, double on Bayport, and that is set number 1, 25-15.
Killed by Curran is the difference, and Southwest runs away with set 1. We back and forth, 1 point either way early on, and Southwest freshman Morgan Stewart got back to the service stripe and rattled off a bunch in a row. A couple aces to start that run. And it was all Trojans from there on out, Chris.
25-15 in the first. We'll step aside, take a quick break. We return for set number 2 from Bayport High School. Trojans take the first. You're listening to Bayport Pirate Volleyball.
Zesty's Frozen Custard and Grill. Zesty's, serving up a full food and frozen custard menu. Now open right across from Bayport High School at 2639 Lineville Road. Offering a different flavor of the day, each day 11 until 9. Try their weekly special baskets or enjoy some of Zesty's awesome, fresh, frozen custard. Zesty's Frozen Custard and Grill, the finest frozen custard in town.
Townline Pub and Grill. Looking for a place to grab some food? Stop at Townline. Taste the mouth-watering burgers, gourmet pizza, and endless appetizers, offering a casual atmosphere and a lively feel. Why not stop in on the way to the game? Grab a bite to eat after the game, too. A night out, a group gathering after a sporting event, or even a birthday. We want to thank you for your patronage. Town Line, where the people come for the food and stay for the fun.
Hey, let's be honest. You know how it is. If you're a sports fan, there is no such thing as too much sports information. Well, that's just one of the reasons to follow Voice of BP on Twitter. We're talking live tweeting every Bayport broadcast. And don't stop there. Like us on Facebook, because when it comes to Pirate sports, the more ways to get it, the better.
One set down from Bayport High School. Trojans 25-15. As Southwest comes in and takes the opening set.
Bayport here at home needing to rally here for set 2. Got to play better in the second set at home. Likewise, Chris, my goal, do a better job with my commentary in the second set. I would love to be included in that outstanding new intro you have. You know, given all the time and effort and some great games and tournament runs that we've called over the years, I've got to do a little bit better to make the cut. I see what it takes, and I'll do my best. How's that for polite peer pressure? So I'm noting here, Chris, that typically in between sets, volleyball teams switch sides. I'm going to infer that COVID-era regulations are keeping the teams on the same benches. They're not switching sides in between sets as they typically have. So don't know that for a fact, but I'm going to guess that's probably the reason.
Yeah, they started that last year.
Yeah. Each sport, runs things a little bit differently. The effort of organizations like the WIAA and certainly the athletics directors of these schools to apply these protocols and to give students an opportunity to compete and to participate in, for many, what is the highlight of their high school experience has just been commendable. It's been obviously a very trying time. The last 18 months, I heard someone say everyone's job is the hardest it's ever been ever, no matter what you do. That includes, the folks who are putting on these athletic events, the officials, the coaches. So just great to be out here watching them compete. Bayport's got a chance to tell a great story with a big comeback tonight.
One set in the books. Set number 2. So, yeah, we won't change sides. So your students will be behind their home team the whole time.
Yeah, it's going to throttle down, I think, the energy. We certainly wouldn't want them to be, inappropriately gregarious behind the visiting team, but that's kind of part of the fun, right?
A little bit.
Regardless, good to see everybody out. They're a vision in neon tonight, Chris.
Serve to start things. The freshman setter Hernandez, Bayport an overpass that will hit the antenna, and once it touches the candy cane, it is automatically out. Point Trojans 1-0.
Unofficially, third ace of the night for Southwest. If we're referring to some stats, that's just me making tally marks, folks, so don't quote me on it, but we do our best
well, that's as official as we get here.
to help paint the picture.
Larson to save after Bayport. Serve receive not been great. Run down the middle, little tip. Freshman to freshman, Stewart with a little tip covered by Bayport. Izzy Grace, back line, dug out nicely by Bazaitis. Tip at the net, covered by Callie Dickey, right side. Hendricks, back line, and Kyla gets Bayport their first point in set 2.
Gosh, that's an athletic play. She read the overpass and got off the ground quickly to hammer that home. Kyla Hendricks, fun to watch.
And just to stretch back like that, like she did, that would be nice.
Right, yeah. Flexibility kind of goes at a certain stage of your athletic career. Kyla follows that up with a service error. Bayport's first giveaway of the night from the service line.
Service coming from Marissa Van Dyke Jr., right side hitter, outside hitter. And she'll float into the back line. Taylor Larson covered. Pass to Hendricks. Left side, Izzy Grace. Big swing. Doubles there. And it will be out of play. Bayport dove to try to touch it.
The down official somewhat uncertain in the call, and up official signaled it for him as Ellie McDermott, sophomore middle, steps in for the Pirates. And her counterpart, senior middle Callie Dickey's back to serve.
Hernandez stays out of the net somehow, but pass not too effective to Rachel Peed. Bayport, their first lead in the second, 3-2.
Bayport benefiting from a step down in the passing quality for the Trojans here early on in set 2. Set 1, it was sharp. Hernandez was not having to work too hard to get to her hitters. Great diving stab by Dickey. Middle blocker out of the back row digging the ball, Chris. Engels with the left hand, doesn't quite clear the net, but a great diving pickup by the senior middle, Callie Dickey. Her one rotation passing the ball in the back row before the libero comes in to sub her out. But Bayport unable to convert, tied up at 3.
Far to the corner as you can get from Daney. She'll send one to Larson. Hendricks, 10-foot line. Middle run by Izzy Grace. Down the line. And Izzy Grace, perhaps her best swing of the evening.
Yeah, 4th of the night for Grace. And she'll rotate to the back row. And I think Bayport's going to need to find ways to get the ball in her hands. Look for her in the offense. Definitely the most experienced hitter. And probably the most versatile. So let's see Izzy Grace get a little bit more involved tonight.
Her serve will go long. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to put people in different echelons, but I think there's going to be points this year where you try to ride her arm like a Hostetler or someone of that caliber.
Yeah, good reference. Not uncommon for teams to have one hitter that rises above the rest. Good hustle there by Ella Engels trying to keep the mishandled serve in play, but a 4th ace from Southwest, and don't look now, it's Morgan Stewart again in the back. She of the 11-0 run. She was back at the service stripe when the Trojans broke open the first set.
Brian having flashbacks already. Service ace from
There's another
Stewart.
ace. You know, at some point it becomes a pattern, Chris. I don't know if it's rotational or just Stewart's got a little something on the serve that's giving Bayport problems, but 6-4 Southwest.
Mr. Tyler Bix with us.
What's up, Tyler? Bumped into him in the bank the other day.
Oh,
good.
watch where you're walking.
High five and a hug. Oh, it's good. Always good to see Tyler. Appreciate you listening, Tyler.
Hit long from Bayport. It's 3 straight again for the Trojans. And exactly as Brian mentioned, it comes when Morgan Stewart is doing the service from the left end line with us. Sidewinder of a serve. Bayport serve receive has not been great. Stewart back line, pass up to Alexander, high on the left side, Pete swing, gets up Ellie McDermott. Just a freshman starter on the basketball squad last winter, and she gets up here with a block for the 6'1 sophomore.
First block of the night for Bayport. Ella Engels teaming up with McDermott, but that was all McDermott.
Now they both go up. Do you credit just one of them with the block?
That's what we call block assists. So both get credit for a block assist.
Okay.
In the scorebook, it looks like 2 individual blocks, but block assists essentially count half.
Sure.
When one player goes up, it's a block solo. But yeah, when 2 go up, regardless of who actually gets the ball back in, it's a block assist for both.
Pete to the back line. Larson diving to her right, keeps it off the floor. Hoffman a bit of a mishit. Off balance, trying to make contact, and the Trojans will have the serve, an 8-5 advantage. And a 1-0 advantage.
Hoffman tried to kind of screwball it into the short corner, but wasn't able to get enough on the ball. Southwest up 8-5.
Serve from Rachel Pede and missing the back line long. Yeah, you keep stats. I always have to update every single point on the stream, but
Kind of old school, new school, right? You've got the screen. I've got the tally marks here as the service error. 3rd of the night for Bayport. Gives it right back to Southwest. Volleyball stats at the collegiate level, incredibly fast-paced, exciting, really fun game to call, but you make a mistake, you spend the next 5 minutes digging out.
Yeah, those SIDs, volleyball is right up there for toughest.
You want an easy sport to stat, pick soccer. Was that a goal? Yeah, we'll write that down. Someone give him an assist? Yeah, well, okay, we'll write that one down too.
Coach Heimerman asking for a question to the down official. A 10-6 Trojan lead.
Official signaling for a timeout, speaking to one of the Bayport staff here. And we're back underway.
Margie Stevens. Big heavy serve, big heavy ace.
Great serve by Stevens. Little top spin, but just drove the ball into the Bayport back row. 6 aces for Southwest, and point blank, Chris, the service game has been the difference. Southwest 6 aces to 2 errors. Bayport no aces, 3 errors. And even when the Trojans haven't been acing the Pirates serve receive has struggled. And just on cue, the announcer's jinx, Southwest serves it deep. Bayport ball.
That is still in effect no matter the time.
No such thing. It does not exist. We have no impact on the outcome of this game.
Mm-hmm.
Trinity Crone in the match. Junior defensive specialist. She'll serve in the place of Josie Hoffman.
Service from Trinity. She'll pick up Pede back line. Attack left side by Curran, and the point for Bayport as Curran can't return it back over.
Kind of pulled the string on that swing. Didn't really go through the ball, and sure enough ended up short. Bayport's points here in set 2 really coming from Southwest miscues more than the Bayport offense. So Pirates need to get back on track.
Alexander cross court for the first kill for Annika, the senior. Again, we've mentioned as she checks out for her freshman sister. Alexa, the freshman setter. Annika, the kill there. Senior outside hitter, number 5 for Green Bay Southwest. It's kind of a cool dynamic always. Obviously, Bayport has a couple sisters on the team with the Ingalls, and Southwest with the Hernandez sisters.
Yeah, great memories to be able to compete alongside a sibling in something you love. Fun to watch.
Back line. Bayport takes it out. Swing by Hendricks. Never able to get it over. We'll see that tomorrow night. Bayport football broadcast is always with you. Video stream from West De Pere. Week 4. Talk about siblings. The Montgomery brothers. Jaden is a goal. Senior. It'll be his first game of the season tomorrow night.
It's exciting. Speaking of siblings, do both Norgard siblings play for West De Pere, or has one graduated?
One just graduated.
Okay.
He's at, one of the Michigan schools, I think.
Yeah, playing hoops, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Ask, of course, because contemporary of their dad, Jeff Norgard.
Yeah,
one of the
that's right.
to ever wear
The
a Phoenix uniform. And also, fun fact, intramural volleyball champion.
Oh.
The team of Jeff Norgard, Sherry Norgard, Marie, then Kayland, and myself. I'm just window dressing.
You were with it too.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the Norgard siblings and my then girlfriend, now wife, they were formidable. As Southwest pulling away here, 15-8 behind the service arm of freshman Alexa Hernandez, another ace.
16-8.
Doubling up the Pirates. Southwest student contingent supporting their squad. A lot to cheer for the Trojans. Oh, she tried for the float serve, but left it light, did Alexa Hernandez. Just missed on the floater. Gives it back to Bayport.
Admittedly, I appreciate a road volleyball crowd in general for the students.
Right, absolutely.
Over on 2, Alexander. Headsy play, and she'll get credited with a kill.
Get the sense that students are just excited to be able to spend time together, socialize, and share some experiences. So you bet.
Still always brag about Schwabenon's volleyball student section.
Outstanding.
Like no other.
Yep, they do a great job.
Marissa Van Dyke. 17-9 here in the second. A little friendly roll off the top of the net. Hendricks high on the left side. Swing by Torp. Kayla unable to get it over.
Torp, a back row sub up to this point, getting some front row experience. The senior. Timeout Pirates with the Trojans doubling up Bayport on the road, 18-9.
Southwest coming out. Obviously, you could play different tournaments throughout the state. Bayport coming off of a Merrill tournament. Play some larger D1, D2 schools. You can go down to tournaments and play smaller schools. So records in volleyball a little bit. How do you want to test yourself? You could come in, both these teams, a lot of juniors, so maybe if you're senior laden, you want to go play those really tough schools, you're going to be competitive. But
Also,
6-2 versus 3-5 overall record, you really don't know.
Yeah, also a time the coaches often are working on rotations. That's even common at the collegiate level. Find out, who's ready to play, who fits in a better spot. It's, the team like Bayport running a 6-2 offense. How does that work? What hitters work best with which setters? You got, a little few more gears in the machine for the Pirates running an offense like that. So, yeah, the preseason is as much trying to figure out what you want to put on the court for the conference schedule. And, for some teams, potentially racking up some wins and putting your best squad out there to build some confidence may be the case. And, boy, you have to argue that Green Bay Southwest with that 6-2 record is coming in here with some confidence despite playing some young players. Only really one senior in the starting lineup and 2 freshmen are making an impact, arguably the most impact here tonight.
2 best players on the floor tonight have been 9th graders from Green Bay. So on the left side, Torp's going for the back line and a little long. 19-9. Trojans here in set number 2. Little first match jitters for Bayport.
Another ace for the Trojans, 8 by my count, as Izzy Grace subs back in for Kayla.
Don't want to go too much higher so you can keep your shoes on.
Thanks for that.
I figured after 10, your fingers are gone.
Be a little lightheaded.
Bayport miscommunication and a bit of a time jump by Daney.
Saw that ball as big as a
her eyes got
a whole bucket.
Huge. She can laugh about it. 10-point lead.
She was going to either pop the ball or tattoo somebody, and instead she missed it. But love the aggressive play by Daney.
Play high left side. Pede going back corner. Dug out by Bayport's Trinity Crone. Dickey off balance sends one over. Alexander. Play right side. Blocked the Stewart shot, did Bayport, and then they'll recover. Hendricks going back line. Played out by Bazitis. Left side with Pede going down the line. Dickey to her right, keeps it off the floor. Hendricks set behind her head to Engels down the corner. And it'll be played Alexander in front of the fans, but a heck of an effort by Southwest. But Bayport will take the night's longest rally. They still trail 11-20.
Point of the night for the Pirates and couldn't come at a better time. Bayport really needs some momentum here and needs to rattle off a few.
Alexander behind her head to Daney. Bayport's going to send it over on 3. Alexander in rhythm. Daney blocked at the net. McDermott gets up with grace. Left side with Pede. A little roll shot off the heel of her hand. Bayport overpass. Played back left side. Stewart this time a tip, and Bayport is into the net. And that will cost a point. Trojans by 10.
Unfortunate net violation for the Pirates, but Bayport defense a half step quicker in these last few points. Doing a great job covering their hitters. Seeing some players hit the floor. As the Pirates calling for a towel to take care of some moisture on the court. Little towel timeout. That's a veteran strategy right there by Kyla Hendricks.
Well, there have been
I see a wet spot. The former setter at UW Green Bay, and my wife played there. Mandy Parker, she was notorious for that. She also sweat all over the floor, right? So it was authentic, but she was great with the towel timeouts for her team. Good leadership.
Serve in for an ace.
Anything that can go right will go right for the Trojans right now. Everything bouncing their way. Doubling up Bayport again, 22-11.
And a timeout taken by the Pirates. Trojans looking strong.
Yeah, team speed by the Trojans, impressive. Their defense, I really like the way that they're covering their hitters. That second contact off the net, if they're having a play out of system, is keeping Southwest in the match. And then certainly the serving. 9 aces to 4 errors for Southwest. Bayport not lighting the lamp yet from the service line and 3 errors. And it's been the difference. Aggressive serving by Southwest and putting the ball away.
Yeah, usually serve and serve receive tell a lot about the high school volleyball. I mean, quite frankly, any level. but we've seen that tonight.
Yeah, you find the biggest discrepancy, I think, between teams at the high school level with the service game. At the college level, there are teams that emphasize it a little bit differently, may serve more or less aggressively, but at the high school level, boy, if you can get into your offense receiving the opponent's serve, you can side the ball out, get back to serving aggressively, and apply pressure. Applying pressure to that defense is, just like in any sport, the key. Make them do what you want them to do. Even though it's not a contact sport, there's a net separating everyone, but offensively with positioning and good contact, that's what the goal is in volleyball.
Hendricks to Grace, left side, bit of a miss hit out of the timeout. Trojans just a couple of points away from taking the second. Newport's going to need a regroup. First, we'll try to finish out here in set 2.
Flashes of offense for the Pirates. I think that back row defense is still a little discombobulated in the early going here. Something for Coach Polkashu and the team to work on, which early season, that's all you're doing in practice, right? Working to get better. Service error for the Pirates, and Izzy Grace, the 4th on the night for the team, gives Southwest another set point, Chris.
And it's Morgan Stewart, of all people, too, at the line. Picks up Grace, pass Hendricks, and track it down just a couple of paces. Left side down ball played by Hoffman. Back line Bazaitis. Quick set down the middle. Great run by the Trojans. Picked up off the floor, and Larson saves it, sends it over. Alexander high on the left this time. It'll be Pede, top of the net. Dive by Hoffman, joust at the net, and tapped down by Margie Stevens. Set 2, Trojans.
Yeah, Trojans just quicker to the ball in those out-of-system plays. Great reaction, great hustle, great conversion by the visitors. 25-20 after a 25-15. It's been all Southwest tonight, Chris.
2-0 in favor of the Trojans. Bayport's going to need a regroup, and they have set 3. Can't think about anything but set 3 now, right? Don't look at set 4 and 5. You got to regroup and see if you can get back in one.
Momentum starts here. No set 4 and 5 without a win in set 3. So Bayport got to focus on the task in front of them. Got to get into that offense. Get that first contact up to your setter, and let your athletes, Hendricks and Grace, do the work.
So we'll step aside, take a break from Bayport High School. It is 2-0 Trojans. You're listening to Bayport Pirate Volleyball on NEW Sports Radio.
Anduzzi's, voted Green Bay's best bar 3 years straight, is bumping out some serious fun. And hey, look at there, you're on the guest list. Live and local is how Anduzzi's phenomenal live music every week. Time out. Have you been on the patio at Anduzzi's? Full bar, full menu, full service. Inside or out, Anduzzi's is ready for you to come hang out. And with 4 locations, I'm not seeing a viable excuse why we won't see you tonight. Anduzzi's Sports Club, Green Bay East, Green Bay West, Kimberly, and Howard. Online at anduzzi's.com. So what makes Anduzzi's so different? Come and find out.
Synergy Sports Performance is your local athletes training facility. We build for speed, agility, and physical strength to make them better on the field. And we build character to make them better off the field. Work out with us at synergyfields.com.
If a training run turns into a sprained ankle or spring yard work stresses out your shoulder, go to the Acute Injury Clinic at Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Specialist. It's not urgent care. It's not the ER. It's the same-day orthopedic care directly from an orthopedic physician, and no appointment is needed. The Acute Injury Clinic at OSMS is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., located at 2223 Lime Kiln Road in Green Bay. Learn more at osmsgb.com.
Hey, let's be honest. You know how it is. If you're a sports fan, there is no such thing as too much sports information. Well, that's just one of the reasons to follow Voice of BP on Twitter. We're talking live tweeting every Bayport broadcast. And don't stop there. Like us on Facebook, because when it comes to Pirate sports, the more ways to get it, the better.
2-0 lead. Trojans of Green Bay Southwest. They have the advantage after 2 dominating sets.
Yeah, service game and passing game, both in favor of Southwest. Good news for Bayport. You need to win 3 sets to win the match, and there are 3 sets left. So opportunity in front of the Pirates. But the passing is going to need to improve and going to need to dial in that serve receive from the Trojans. The hot hand of freshman Morgan Stewart has been a difference maker. Lucky number 13 for Southwest.
Have you picked up on anything? Does she just have movement to her ball? It doesn't look like she's throwing knuckleballs or anything.
Tougher from this angle. I think Bayport's just still working on their serve receive rotations and responsibilities early on. A team that, had, like all teams, a disjointed fall season. I would suspect room for improvement there will show up in a lot of the other aspects of the game too. You're going to see better passes lead to more diverse offense, more options for the setter. And Kyle and Izzy Grace can get the job done. We're underway. Kyla Hendricks serves it up. And hitting error for Southwest gives Bayport its first point, and they will take it. Little momentum out of the gate. 1 in a row. Got to build on that, Chris.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of been Bayport's best offense for much of the match.
Yeah.
More of the committed errors than... As we see 3 Bayport bodies hit the floor. 1-1 here in the third. Serve from the back line. Alexa Hernandez, again the freshman setter. And she'll jump, send one straight away, and a mishandled serve leads to an ace.
Great spot, aggressive serve by Hernandez. 10th of the night for Southwest.
Obviously in comparison, a huge number with the service aces. Angles keeps it between the antennas. Alexander jump set to Stewart down the middle, covered by Hendricks. Angles left side. Torp, double block at the net, then it comes back and it hits Kayla. And it will be a point for the Trojans.
Little crossing play there on offense from Southwest. They're going to the back of the playbook here. Great passes lead to great options for the setter, and Hernandez setting the ball with confidence tonight. Just a freshman. Should be fun to watch.
A Trojan team that won't be losing much from this team, obviously looking in the way future, but a lot of juniors. And you mentioned those 2 freshmen, maybe the 2 best players on the court all night. As Pirates send one over and they'll get a point. They trail 2-3 here in the third.
Torp saw an opening and executed. Great set down the line. Found the empty spot in the Southwest defense. Kayla now back to serve. First kill of the night for the senior.
Serve back line from Torp. Alexander high on the left. Stewart fading away off balance and still.
Good off speed there from Stewart to get a hand on it. Athletic play. Reaching behind her and still getting the ball down the line.
Over on 2 goes Hendricks. And that works effectively.
Great kill there by the setter, recognizing might have to go a little unconventional here to break that service game of the Trojans. Nice call by Kyla.
From your right, it'll be Callie Dickey, not in screen. She's standing beyond the baseline on the basketball floor. She'll take a running start straight away. Callie toss with the left hand, swing with the right. And off her palm, she'll float one to the left side. Run down the middle, Stewart. Double gets up. McDermott has been your best blocker of the evening. Miss hit by Pede, goes over it. Hoffman, left side, roll shot off the heel of her hand. Diving by Southwest. And the ball narrowly touched by Josie, but somehow evades it.
Yeah, good court sense there. She's laughing it off. She jumped up to reach for the ball and then pulled her hand down. Almost went into a full roll. No, yes. Good call. Tied up at 4.
Dickey digging up Bazaitis. Joust at the net, off by Bayport. Now again, this one will go out on the Pirates, but I must say, Brian, Ellie McDermott in the middle with the block has been by far Bayport's best presence at the net.
Yep, she's got some good touches tonight. Good to see the sophomore getting some opportunity and develop as the season goes on. She'll be a veteran by the end.
Hoffman gets it over. Southwest cannot control. 5-5 in the third.
Reminiscent of the opening set where we were back and forth until Southwest got in a favorable rotation and pulled away. Let's see if Bayport can do the same here with Ella Engel serving.
Ella with the lefty serve. Set
Great
behind
set.
Stewart. Those do not look like ninth graders playing out there right now.
No question. Hernandez just put a beautiful set on the outside pin behind her head, moving to towards us, set the ball away from her. Oof. That's good stuff out of the freshman.
And again, it is Stewart at the back line. Outside hitter. She'll float one on Torp. Trying to handle. Ingles aims for the back corner. Picked up by Bazitis, the only Southwest player in white. Cross court. Larson digs it out. Left side, Hoffman. Tipped at the net. Covered by Bazitis. Left side, Pede going to the back corner. Torp moves right. She'll cover it up. Swing left side, Hoffman off a double and down. Big swing by Josie Hoffman. Ties us up at 6.
Bayport offense picks up the pace a little bit here and gets into some rhythm. Nice swings there by the Pirates.
6-6, set 3. Next volleyball broadcast is in 2 weeks. Next Thursday, they are not at home. We'll be following the road matches for our fall schedule. Set, run down the middle. Pede, a bit of a miss hit. Just never was able to snap her wrist.
Came in with a lot of momentum, but didn't quite get on top of the ball either, Chris, and drove a ringing double off the wall, but fortunately, it's not baseball.
In the net goes Southwest.
So getting the junior Taylor Dinah some rotation, setting the ball, and opening the door for Bayport. A 2-point lead for the Pirates.
Yeah, this is a good times to do that. Southwest is playing really well, and Dinas, who was your setter last spring, into that role now. She'll set behind her head for Hernandez. The miss hit gets over the net, covered by Hendricks. Torp gets to the 10-foot line, and a kill goes down for the Bayport senior.
Second of the night for Torp, and timeout Southwest. Coach Heimerman going to his bench and swapping out setters and giving Bayport a little life.
9-6 Pirates here in the third.
See if Coach sticks with Dinas or goes back to Hernandez, who's been a difference maker tonight.
Everything is advertised, I would say.
No question.
Talking with Coach. He's been here for a few years now. We've seen Coach Heimerman and talking with him. He was excited when I talked with him before the match. He said, right, you have a ninth grader on your roster at the varsity level. So that has to say something immediately. He said, yeah, I'm excited. And she's starting at setter. And right away that tells me something.
Right. Toughest position to play in the sport. You got to set the offense, know what your hitters can and can't do, adjust to passing, which is the high school game. Can be complicated, right? Passing isn't always sharp. So you got to be athletic, smart, and confident leader. It's a great position to play. It's the quarterback of the sport.
Back line played by the Trojans. They'll send over a down ball. Hendricks tipped to the 10-foot line. Hernandez covers very nicely as she rolls on the hardwood. Ball played off the top of the net. Larson up to Engels. Set behind her to Hendricks. A little bit off balance. Down the line. Bazitis plays it towards the net. Free ball comes over right to left. Joust at the net. And Bayport mishit and cannot tip it over.
Gives Southwest the block there by Margie Stevens. Looked like she walked herself into the net there, but no call by the officials. Far be it from me to judge.
Unbelievable. Picking on him, and it's only the first match.
Seriously. How rude.
Torp, Hendricks going cross court. Dug up by Dinas. Free ball played over to the right side. Set. Hendricks down the line. Tipped by Pete. Keeps it off the floor, but a double contact is going to be called on Southwest.
Give Kyler the kill. Bayport offense just a little bit out of sync where the hitters' approaches are getting them closer to the net, and then they're having to slow it down or stop and adjust. Balls behind them a little bit. That's just something that comes with time. Kyler's going to be an even more aggressive hitter when she can keep that ball in front of her. She's athletic enough to play it behind her. As the first ace of the night for the Pirates, Chris. On the board is Bayport. And it comes from the libero, Taylor Larson. 4-point lead for Bayport.
Cross country, a good performance today.
Beautiful night for a run. Beautiful.
Callie Dickey aiming for the front left, just to miss, hit wide. 8-11, Southwest trails in the set, but they lead after taking the first two. I feel like you and I are getting back into the swing of things too with the volleyball.
It's like falling off a bike, riding a bike. One of those two. Another ace by Southwest, 11. This time off the hand of Margie Stevens. Time you're getting aces out of your middle blocker position at high school. That's bonus. Izzy Grace back in the lineup here. Nice rotations there for Kayla Torp. She put a couple points on the board for Bayport.
Right side with Hendricks, tipped at the net. Stevens covers up, sends it to the front line. And a couple of players vacate the area in front of the net, and Bayport will regain their largest lead of 3.
Kayla right back to serve for the Pirates.
Dynas set. And a bit of miscommunication.
Seeing Coach Heimerman rolling with his backup setter here.
Hendricks is going to send one well long. All right, 10-13, here she comes. Going to be a straight up sister-sister swap, and then Stewart in for Dynas.
Hernandez will serve, and she will set with 3 targets up front, including classmate Morgan Stewart.
Serve from number 18, Alexa Hernandez, and immediate impact in the service game. Boy, you watch the Southwest School District for volleyball has been the bottom 4 seeds for a long time in this entire sectional. I think Southwest has an extremely good opportunity to buck that trend, and perhaps for a while.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see the rest of the FRCC this year, Chris. Obviously, this just being our first match of the night, but Southwest has the pieces to compete, no question. They pass the ball. They've got a athletic and competent setter. As an ace for the Trojans comes on a serve-receive rotation error by the Pirates. Unforced error, and we're tied up 13 apiece.
Trojans score 3 straight. Alexander, bottom drops out of that serve. Izzy Grace, a push down the line, covered up by Pede. Set behind her head, Stewart going down to the back line. Covered up by Crone very well. Grace, roll shot off the heel of her hand. It will go down. A little more power than a typical roll shot.
Nice dig there by Trinity Crone to keep the point alive. And yeah, Izzy took a little bit off. Great read of the defense. Center of the court was wide open for the kill.
Izzy Grace from straightaway. She'll float one back line. Play up to Alexander. Doesn't have to move an inch. Beautiful pass up to her. Swing down the middle. Dug up by the Pirates. Down the line. And point to Green Bay Southwest. Yeah, you just see Bayport's setters have been chasing around quite a bit to get to that pass.
Working hard tonight.
Alexander at times has not had to move an inch.
Yeah. Makes a difference. Brings all the options of the offense into play.
Larson aims for the corner. There's Alexander. Just has to step into one. Left side. Pete off the top of a block. Covered by Hendricks. Back line. It's Larson. Pass to Hoffman. Push to the back line. Covered by Bazaitis, the libero. Left side. Pete. Push to the corner. Staying true to her position is Grace back corner. Pushed down the line by Engels. Long rally continues. Alexander over on 2. Dickey. to Grace. Back line played by Bazitis. To Alexander, run down the middle. A push over by Daney. Play continues again. Hoffman back line. Bazitis to Alexander. Right side with Stewart. Cross court play. Tipped over by Alexander. Or rather by Hendricks. Covered by Alexander. Miss hit by the Trojans. And Bayport will take a 15-14 lead, set 3.
Yeah, long rally with some great passes by Southwest, but ultimately the hitting error undoes the Trojans. Bayport benefits with the point and the serve. It's Dickey to serve.
Kelly from straightaway picks up Bazitis. Little tip down the middle. Daney, a quick runner, but covered by the Pirates. Pete covers Alexander. Right side to Stewart. Tracks it over his shoulder. Tipped at the net. Played by the Pirates. Left side with Hoffman, and Josie just can't return it back over. 15-15.
Yeah, the Southwest offense is just a step quicker than Bayport. They're really getting the pass up to Hernandez, and she deals it. She knows where her hitters are going to be, and she's setting it up for them. 15 all.
Daney from the back left corner, right next to her bench. Float one as Grace drops to a knee, trying to pass it up to a player, and can't find a teammate.
14 aces on the night for Southwest. That's a lot, Chris.
Pirates surrendered a 3-point lead that they had before Hernandez came back in.
Those two things are related. I think her presence, not just setting the ball, but leading her team, builds confidence throughout that Southwest lineup.
Hernandez, I might have been saying Alexander a few times. McDermott with a quick run. She'll hit it over. 16s.
First kill unofficially for McDermott. She got a block to go with that. Making her presence felt with some touches at the net.
Pete to Hernandez. Right side, Stewart aiming back line. This is well long. Back to the back and forth action that we had in the opening frame.
Closest set of the bunch. At this point in prior sets, Southwest was running away and hiding from the Pirates, but not in set 3.
Big swing, tipped at the net. Bayport got a tip on it. Margie Stevens.
17 all, and Morgan Stewart back to serve for Southwest. This has been their best rotation for scoring points tonight.
Bayport led the entire first set to 11. Southwest came and tied it, took their first lead 12-11. Bayport tied it up 12-12, and then the Southwest rallied 11 straight, stormed away with the first set, dominated the second set. We play here in the third at 17 apiece. Cross court by Hoffman, dug out nicely. Pete gets it back, off the pin this time, covered by Hendricks, but she can't, or rather, Hendricks and Hoffman all over the place, but Bayport not able to keep it off the floor.
And the transition offense by Southwest has been solid tonight. Get out of system, but they can count on Hernandez to get the ball to the hitter's hand.
Grace will send over free ball from right to left as you watch on. Hernandez left side to Pete, off a block. McDermott got up, but just got it off the side of her arm. And a 2-point Trojan lead. Timeout, Bayport Pirates here in the third.
Yeah, point blank, Alexa Hernandez makes her hitters better tonight, Chris, and she's been the difference for Southwest.
It's been a good thing to be back in the gym here for volleyball. Chris and Brian, as we'll have the home matches this fall season, then wherever we are able to go in the postseason.
Yeah, the advent of some user-friendly streaming apps is probably one of those things that we learned from the COVID era that's going to stick around.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And we don't necessarily have to, but
in the
it
wintertime,
adds to the production.
When I'm not invited to call basketball games with you, I help out the Bayport boys swim team with streaming. No commentary there. We just kind of flipped a switch. And
yeah, we got to fix that, right?
Well, one of these days, yeah. Be fun.
Well, we've always talked about it. Now next Thursday when we're adding something we've never done before.
Cross country. Right. Outstanding.
Hey,
great program. Talk about two best kept secret programs, the cross country teams and the swim teams here at Bayport. Outstanding. Bayport boys swim team, 5 straight sectional championships. Domination.
Out of the timeout. Bayport's going to get a kill, quickly ending Morgan Stewart's run in the back serving.
Yeah, good use of the timeout by Coach Polkashu there. Break the momentum and then right back to Kyla Hendricks.
By my count, that is the first time Bayport has won the point out of the timeout.
I'll trust you on that.
Which obviously you're trying to break momentum. Trinity Crone.
Both Southwest freshmen on the bench in this rotation. Opportunity for Bayport. Let's get the lead back.
Crone will float one over. Heel of Hernandez's hand. Swing right side with...
Yeah, Hendricks got behind that ball. Right, her approach into the set rather than, the set coming a half step late or Kyla getting in too quickly. That was her best fundamental swing of the night, and we're tied up at 19.
Serve from Crone again. Dug up by P. Left side. Hernandez blocked at the net. McDermott again. That's the net presence of Ellie.
Hendricks alongside her, but yes, McDermott setting that block off the Southwest player, and after trailing 19-18, Bayport back-to-back points forces the timeout with a 20-19 lead, looking to extend the match.
Pirates holding up strong here in the third after Southwest took the first two. Let's give you the breakdown on that. It's a race to 25. Win by 2. If you want to know when we go live on the broadcasts, like the Voice of BP on Facebook, get notified when we go live, or on the YouTube stream, Voice of BP on YouTube.
A shutout from Mr. Sorensen from the scorer's table, turned around and
he's nervous.
Gave us the thumbs up.
Did you talk to him at all before this?
He's conscientious is what he is. He wants to do well. Just anything he does. That's sore for you.
He is typically a scorekeeper for the freshmen. He has been asked to step into the varsity libero
Got called up.
duty.
Yeah, that's libero tracking is complex.
Yes.
I'm confident that you couldn't do it, for example.
Yes, I don't know where to start.
Good hustle by Southwest to keep the Bayport serve alive.
Larson pass up to Engels. Quick set. McDermott tipped at the net, and she crashes into the twine.
Good swing. She saw an opportunity to pound that ball home. Just got caught up in the net. Love to see the aggressive play there by Ellie McDermott. More's going to come her way. Swing like that, setter's going to get you the ball.
20-20. Engels high on the outside. Izzy Grace, big swing. Misses long, however. And 21-20. Pede, cross court. Picks out Grace. Hendricks push to a spot where nobody resides.
Yeah, that's setter leadership right there. Great tip kill. She pointed at her coach. That's something they talked about. Find that spot. That is a timeout adjustment there, and great player-coach communication.
Taylor Larson, the senior libero. Ball's going to just trickle over the top of the net. Engels, bit of an overpass, and it leads to a two-hand slam from Rachel Curran.
Yep, aggressive play there by Curran pays off. Back up by one is Southwest with the serve. Southwest coach probably asking for a lineup check just to make sure. Trojans 3 points away from a sweep. Bayport needing this one.
Grace pass up to Engels. Kelly Dickey's going to send it over as her and Grace try to go after it. Curran over on 3. Attack right side. Hendricks. Strongest swing for Kyla.
Yeah, and that was Engels' best set of the night for Kyla as well. In transition after a diving pickup, Ella steps in and puts the ball right on her attacker's hand. Huge point for Bayport. Great set by Ella.
Dynas with the set here for Southwest. Left side Izzy Grace going back line, diving to her right, keeping up Rachel Pete again. Left side, Curran sends it over. Hendricks jump set behind her head to Ingles. She'll play a down ball, left-handed to send it over. Curran gain cross court, and Missy Long. Bayport 23-22.
Back-to-back points by the Pirates. Couldn't come at a better time. Kyla Hendricks back to serve and set, and Coach Heimerman goes to the bench to bring back his two best players, freshman Alexa Hernandez and freshman Morgan Stewart. The Trojans looking to end it here, up 2-0, but Bayport's got the serve and the lead.
Using that almost as a default timeout after Bayport gains some energy, but also
gamesmanship, yeah.
Yes.
Works both ways, though.
Pete up to Hernandez, left side. Curran down the line, covered up nicely by Crone. Left side Izzy Grace going back line and misses the back line. 23s across the board.
Good opportunity there by Bayport, but Southwest holds on and reads the deep swing. First one to 25 wins it, and Southwest dials up the ace. Alexa Hernandez, clutch by the freshman. 15 on the night.
My goodness,
for the
5
Trojans.
a set.
Timeout Bayport staring at a 3-set sweep if Hernandez and the Trojans can convert here. What a clutch serve there by the freshman.
Let's talk about that for a second. 15 in 3 sets.
Yeah,
obviously much higher than you'd aim to get.
5 aces per set is nearly impossible to overcome, right? Because you're giving away a significant lead in terms of not even getting the ball into your offense. So credit the Trojans for serving aggressively and putting the Bayport defense on its heels. Not really able to see what that 6-2 offense looks like tonight because they haven't been able to pass the ball into the offense very well. In transition, they've been solid. Some of their best swings and best sets by Ella and Kyla have come when they're out of system, not necessarily right off the serve receive, but that's where Bayport's going to have to improve, whether it's here to win the third set and continue the match or in future sets. Is that first contact so crucial.
(24-23) set and match point for Green Bay Southwest. It'll be on the right arm of Alexa Hernandez. Catches the top of the net, and Bayport cannot stay on their side. And it will go down as a Southwest point, Southwest set, and Southwest match.
Unusually, the down linesman ran onto the court to call that. A little added drama there. Not something you see often, but the correct call. Kyla was in the net on the set, and credit the Trojans. 3-set sweep. Not in recent memory, or certainly in the 5 years we've been calling volleyball. We've seen Southwest take it to the Pirates. Great job by the freshman Alexa Hernandez and Morgan Stewart and the rest of the Trojans. Solid win there by an improving Southwest team.
Yeah, very impressive evening for Green Bay Southwest as they get the best of Bayport, and it takes just 3 sets to get that 3-set sweep. 25, 15, 12, and 23. Now, Brian, we have to pick a player of the match from Bayport. Obviously, if we're going player of the match from everything overall, I'd go with both freshmen, first of all, from Southwest.
Yeah, really impressive. Great to see them getting an opportunity and taking full advantage. Their student section showing them some love as Southwest crosses over the other side of the net and celebrates with those folks who came over on the road to cheer on the Trojans to victory. Really impressive to see Alexa Hernandez, Morgan Stewart. Really looking forward to seeing what their careers have in store. For Bayport, unofficially with 11 kills and a great job setting the ball. Kyla Hendricks, for me, was the player of the match on the Pirates side. The Bayport offense really not in sync throughout in a 3-set sweep, but really battled back, and Kyla had a solid game there in the third set. Bayport just coming up short, 25-23, but For me, Chris, Kyle Andricks, 11 kills, a block. Great job dishing the ball in the 6-2 offense. Player of the match for Bayport.
Today's Bayport Volleyball broadcast proudly supported by Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Specialists of Green Bay, by Vandervest Harley-Davidson, and Doozy Sports Club, by Synergy Sports Performance, Town Line Pub and Grill, by Bell and Health, Titletown Sports Medicine Orthopedics, by the Press Times, your local paper and online source for Pride Athletics, by Zesty's Frozen Custard Grill, the finest frozen custard in town, and by members of the NEW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club. Southwest Trojans in 3. Again, 15, 12, and 23. They get the 3-set sweep, and they start off their conference season 1-0.
It's good to be back on the volleyball court. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Looking forward to seeing how Bayport adjusts and improves from their opening match. You know, there's some great tools and pieces there, and just looking forward to this team develop as they get more chances to play together.
So for Brian Nickel, I'm Chris Lieberman. The Pirates, they fall in their conference opener. They'll be back at it this weekend in Stanley Boyd, and then next Thursday they are in conference at Sheboygan South. Have a wonderful evening. Howard Swamico. You've been listening to Bayport Volleyball